collecting the artifacts was a time period, so late 1700s, which was the beginning of Euro settlement here in the county, all the way through to today. We narrowed it down to 4 industries: ceramics, textiles, furniture, and agriculture.
Our students were selected by teachers in our school, and they wrote recommendations for students who they felt like would grow from this opportunity and would be a good sampling of the students that we have at New Conover Middle School.
I hope students get a deeper sense of place and connection to Catawba County and the different industries that made this such a special place and continue to do so today.
I picked the pipe mold from the mid-1800s. My great-grandmother has a set of old pipes, and I was thinking I could talk to her, and also not a lot was known about these. It just says mid-1800s, and I really want to figure out more about it.
I think this is a great project for her because she has been so interested in history. It'll give her a better understanding of Catawba County, where she is growing up and has been raised, because it actually is not where I was raised. So I don't have a lot of personal history or experience from here. So I think this is a great way for her to experience that. I think she's going to be very nervous at first, but I think overall she will, once she gets into it and understands what she needs to get done, I think she'll have a lot of fun producing this piece.
I picked the butter mold. It's a 1930s butter mold. And I don't know, I'm going to find out about it.
This is something that she's never done before. As far as the technical part, with the editing and the filming and the interviewing, she's done some interviewing and projects she's done before, but nothing on this scale. So that part is exciting for me. Plus, anything that she can put in her resume moving forward is always good from a parent's perspective.
I picked the Saxony wheel. I chose it because I wanted to just see how far we've come from spinning thread on that. So.
Raina is just uniquely really confident, and I think that she'll be really comfortable just doing something like this. I think it'll come really natural for her. So I look forward to seeing what she comes out with. I hope that she learns what the cornerstones that built the community that she lives in, how hard people used to work to get what they needed, and in comparison to where we are now, just a greater appreciation for where she came from. She enjoys history and learning about history, and I think that this will just increase her passion and drive her to learn even more about her community and how hard things used to be before she was around.
My expectations are that our students will be self-motivated, that they'll begin with the end in mind, they'll know exactly what they want to produce, and that they will work through benchmarks to successfully produce their documentary.
Thinking about the corn planter, I think that's what I'm going to do just because I have personal ties to it. My grandfather worked with it.
He's just, I guess, an old soul for his age as he is. He loves anything that's old. He told me once he'd like to go back to the 50s, and I told him he probably wouldn't like that too well.
They're going to do great because they get to tell the story. They get to research it, construct it, and then present it to the world online through the Smithsonian.
I would like to make a documentary because I just found it interesting. I really enjoy history and movies and film.
I've always been fascinated by films and filmmaking.
When the offer came to do this, it came at just the right time. I was heading to Washington, D.C. to visit the Smithsonian to do all the Washington, D.C. stuff. So when I heard it was part of the Smithsonian project, I really was excited about it.
I've never made a film before, but I love storytelling and I enjoy watching films, so it would bring two things that I love together.
Getting to work behind that and that process would be very fun and exciting. So,
getting to incorporate both of them into both film and history into one project is really exciting. It's an exciting opportunity.
going in, I knew I wanted to do something with agriculture. And when I went in there, my grandfather immediately saw it and started saying stories about how he worked with it.
It sounded really weird at first, and it looked really weird. So I just thought that was going to be really fun and interesting to find out what it is, what it does, and how it works.
I chose it. I just found it interesting, and my mom went to the Cross-Star School, and they had a weaving room, and they had a spinning wheel in there, and I just always found it really interesting.
I chose the pipe mold because it is not like the other things. It needs something else for something to be created by it. It has to be filled with something. It's not a complete thing on its own. And there were other molds that could have been chosen, but this one stood out to me because of its time period. It's from the mid-1800s, which is when the American Civil War was taking place. And for someone to be creating and making during such a chaotic time is really intriguing to me, and I want to look more into the story behind that.
It really changes the way I watch any film, really, because being in the editing room for 4 hours just for a 5-minute piece of work, you really have respect for everyone that works on a movie and a full-length film. And then with documentaries, you're also looking at the aspect of research, and it's just an incredible amount of work, and I really have a new kind of respect for the people that do this.
I've learned a lot of new things about textiles and the Industrial Revolution that I haven't learned in school, that I could just learn by myself from different people.
I've learned that there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than what you see from the finished project. It's not just doing your research and then boom, you have a documentary. You have to work really hard and struggle through figuring out what you want to say and where you want to take the project.
It was really fun. I thought it was going to be really hard, and I thought it was going to be really, really long and tough to do, but if I have enough motivation and I get everything done beforehand, when we actually got to the day that we edited, it was really quick and easy because we had everything done already, had all my interviews, and it was a really fun experience.
I just learned a lot of new history that a lot of people, I tried to research a lot online, and I really didn't get much, but I learned a lot more from people than online and in books.
And there's so many different ways you could do it, but you have to figure out what you really want to talk about, and then you have to make it happen, which is a whole long process. And in the end, you have to hope it looks good.
I'm very proud of the finished product. It looked like I thought it was going to look, and I'm very proud of that. In fact, it actually went over my expectations.